In this video, I will be inputting an 11.16 volt peak-to-peak sinusoidal voltage into this half-wave rectifier circuit. I will be using the 1N4007 diode. The output signal will have a peak of a -5 volts, and the average voltage will be 1.59 volts. Now, I have a open circuit right here. Now, the reason why the output voltage will be this form is because I've got this open circuit right here. Now, the average voltage is 1.59 volts, but that's not what I really want. What I really want to do is to raise this average voltage up to an average voltage of 4.5 volts. Now, in order for me to do that, I will need a capacitor right here. Now, what I need to find out is what the value of this capacitor is. Now, when I put this capacitor in the circuit, I will get an output waveform that looks like this. Now, this output waveform would have a peak voltage at the bottom of a -5 volts. And I also want the peak-to-peak signal right here to have a peak-to-peak signal of 1 volt. Which means that this top peak right here will be -4 volts. Now, the reason why these voltages are negative voltages is because, like this output is following this output in that sense. That means that since this output is below 0 and the voltage is negative, this output right here will also be below 0 and the output also negative. Now, to find the value of this capacitor, the formula is C equals I average over the frequency times the peak-to-peak voltage of this new output after I have put the capacitor in. So this will be I average times the frequency, and in this case, times 1 volt. Now, how do I find the I average? The I average is the 4.5 volt average divided by this 10K ohm resistor. .5 volts divided by 10K ohms. All divided by the frequency of 40 hertz times the peak to peak of this waveform of 1 volt, which would mean that the value of the capacitor is .11 microfarads. Now, where did I get this 0.5 volts from right here? Right here is 4 volts. This is 5 volts. So where did I get the 0.5 volts from? The peak to peak voltage here is 1 volt. And the formula is V peak to peak equals -4 minus and minus 5 volts. That equals 1 volt. Now, to end up with 4.5 volts, I go 1 volt divided by 2 minus 5 volts. Which equals minus 4.5 volts. And that is how you find the average voltage for this output waveform. Now we have the value of the capacitance that will give you this shape and an average voltage of 4.5 volts. This brings me to the end of the video. If you like the video, give me a big thumbs up, like and share the video, Thanks for your attention.